My name is Junlah Putnam, and I am currently the assistant head of primary at Nanjing International School. I'll be wrapping that role up at the end of the school year and transitioning to elementary middle school principal at the Shutz American School in Alexandria, Egypt in the fall. When I reflect on, I guess, my journey as a leader, I'll work backwards. In my role as assistant principal, this has been my first year as I think labeled educational leader. Before that, I worked at International Community School in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, as the PYP coordinator in that context. And then before that, I was working as a grade 5 teacher in Japan, and then before that in Cambodia, and then before that in the Chicago Public Schools. So I've been kind of on this collective journey now for 15 years in education. And I would say probably over the course of the last 6 years, 7 years, I've really stepped into this leadership iteration of what my job is in education. And a lot of it, I guess a big part of that start was stepping into the role as a PYP coordinator and being able to utilize a lot of the instructional leadership around taking a school from candidacy to authorization. And that was the journey of that school in particular. And being able to kind of lead through that journey, walk alongside teachers through that, walk alongside all the school community members alongside that. And then that really pivoted me into this role as assistant head of primary in Nanjing International School, which is interesting because it's a very well-established PYP school, but I think they had a lot of collective questions around how they can continue to develop their program, a lot of their ethos around design thinking, their strategy around student voice and choice were things that I naturally gravitated towards. And so that's kind of where I ended up in Nanjing. To project my future self into the role of elementary middle school principal at Shutz American School, I'll definitely be carrying that experience in the IB with me and helping facilitate a similar journey for that school in terms of going from candidacy to authorization. Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this peek into our brand new Women Who Lead program from Eduro Learning. My name is Kim Cofino, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Eduro Learning, as well as your host through the Women Who Lead program. Today, you heard from just one of our over 70 amazing women who lead. We'll be sharing more individual journey to leadership stories over the next few months. As a coach and a mentor to educators around the world, I've noticed a common theme. There are so many skilled, hardworking women in education who are curious about moving into leadership, but not quite ready to take that leap. A year ago, we started working on a special professional learning pathway to take that reluctance out of the equation. Our Women Who Lead program gives you access to the voices and experience of over 70 successful female leaders around the world. We have interviewed heads of school, curriculum directors, principals, and influential female leaders to provide a window into their personal leadership journeys so you can hear from them exactly what it's like to pursue this path. When have you had the opportunity to learn from over 70 amazing female leaders, including 20 female heads of school in one consolidated learning experience? From one response to another, you'll hear their insight into the unique challenges facing female leaders, their advice on how to be successful in a leadership interview, and their guidance on how to have difficult conversations. Those are just some of the key topics discussed by the amazing female leaders we interviewed. With Women Who Lead, you gain access to curated conversations with inspirational leaders who have shared their experience with you at all levels of leadership within education, including consultancy and entrepreneurship. If you're ready to take the next step on your leadership journey, find out more at edurolearning.com/women.